Hello everyone and welcome back to another Splatoon 2 video. We're continuing on the campaign. We've finished everything in World 2 and we're going to be heading on to the third world in just a moment. But before we do, I just want to say, this is post-commentary again because I don't actually know. I think last time my audio got deleted and this time the audio did not record at all. The commentary was not even enabled, so that's annoying. That'll be okay. It'll be fine. Now we're going to go back and you can see that I've actually got Selenium already, so I'm actually going to go and show you all the footage that I've got with all the Selenium. So on level 4 I believe this is, the Selenium will be behind the second checkpoint in that box there. So I believe this is on stage 7 back alley cleanup. If you keep on going on the grind rail and actually land that, you can pick up the Selenium just from there. So on stage 8, just after you get to the vertical ink filler bit, follow my pathway, jump down here and it will be in a crate just here for you. Next stage is stage 9 with the Octarians. If you go into their spawn point, it will be located just there. Yeah, it's kind of chaotic, but you will be able to pick it up if you destroy that crate. Cool, so now that we've got that all out of the way, we're going to actually take all of our Selenium and power eggs back into the first world so that we can buy that other bomb that I was meaning to buy a while back when I didn't have the eggs for it. Now you can see I've got all the Selenium in Sector 1 and 2. I still haven't got all of the secret scrolls. I've got 2 of them so far, and I'm meaning to come back to them, but I guess I'll get to that in my own time. Buying the auto bomb, a bomb that runs at nearby targets when thrown, explodes automatically when it is its target, which will actually be a very useful bomb for us as we're continuing through the campaign. Just because of the way that it allows you to manage what enemies you're attacking at certain times. You can attack multiple things and you don't have to worry about them. Anyway, back to where we were before. Heading on to Beaker's depot now. Let us fly away. Welcome all to Beaker's depot. Third world in the Splatoon 2 campaign world. We've got 6 Zappish to find and then an additional boss to fight, so I'm just going to cut to the bits where I'm actually finding the levels because as you know, I don't find them in order, but I do complete them in order, so if I find them out of order, then I'm just going to cut to the part where I have already found the level. So this level over here is number 13, so it's not exactly what we're looking for. Getting closer, this one's level 11. There we are, finally we're on the right path. Level 10, Octo, Seeker, Shakedown, and Midnight Stroll. There's a Sheldon request for this as well, so we might get a new weapon, we might get an old one. Let's see what it is. It is very much a new weapon. Here we have the Hero Slosher. It's a kind of medium close range weapon that when you shoot it, it basically just flings a little bucket with ink and the ink goes all over the place in front of you. It does a lot of damage and I think it does the exact same kind of amount of damage that the ink rollers do when you flick. So it can basically be an insta kill to anything if you can actually land the hit. I'd probably say that it can cover more area as well. Talk about mood lighting, this place is creep-tastic. Yeah, it does look like a really cool place actually. Especially when you're shooting like the brightly coloured green ink. Just going along with the kind of creepy dark, it works really well. These right here, the Octo Seekers, they will seek you out and they will crush you. And you really don't want that. As soon as they start seeing you, they're going to start flying towards you, which is not particularly friendly. There you go, you'll notice that they'll kind of get aggravated and then they'll start to move towards you. And they're kind of easy to avoid just because, well, they're slow. I tried to get on top of them and that really didn't work. You can get on top of them if you are close enough on the right angle and if it's already got ink on the side of it. But usually they'll be too quick for you to get up onto because they will just float up into the sky again and you won't have enough time. You actually don't need to get up onto this one here because you can go straight up. Yeah, I kind of got stuck in the pink ink there. I'm like, nope, not doing that anymore. You can actually just go straight up the wall that has the arrow on it and not worry about it at all. But me being me realized that there were a couple crates sitting up on pillars and I was determined to get them. And when I tried to do that, it didn't particularly work, so we're just moving on to the next section because I didn't actually accomplish anything. How sad. Oh man, another Octo Seeker. There are Octo Seekers all over this level, and they're quite terrifying, actually. Just a bit. I mean, you can just hide in your ink anywhere. They can't see you, but they have, as you can see, it's raining ink down, and if it does happen to hit you, it will reveal your location, and as soon as they see you, they will come after you, regardless of the cycle that they're currently moving in. A locked vault. There is a key around the corner that we can pick up, except you'll notice that I do not have much luck when it comes to these enemies. It's always the shielded enemies, every single time. So look at that, I can't even shield an enemy, guys. Go back to literally the exact same point, and I accidentally fall off the edge, and go, nope, not having that. And I go straight back to where I was before. I swear I was holding down the squid button when I fell off the edge the last time, but guess I wasn't. Snuck up behind him and I was like, bam! Oh my gosh, look at that! I actually got behind the shielded enemy and took it out. And get the key and take it to where it needs to be, which rhymes. Which is kind of cool. Sneaky, sneaky, let them go past. And look at that! Shattered. On 2 little balls of ink. And he can see me as well. I don't know how he can see me. Technically, I'm supposed to be stealth when I'm in my ink. Armor is very useful, and I actually don't know why I ended up sitting my ink at that point. I could have just gone around the corner like I did there. So, I play this game in really strange and wonderful ways. Maybe I just really desire having unique gameplay so that when I upload it, I do really strange things and people go, what the heck is this guy doing? Watch your step. And this is the point where I actually get to use these bombs. Look how cool they are. They're so much smaller, they're so much more adorable than you think they're going to be as well. And they're really useful. You can just chuck it out and the bomb will act like a really advanced seeker. You don't actually need to put a whole lot of effort into it. You chuck it down, it will find the enemy, it will target it and take it out. It's as simple as that. If the enemy is like floating, or if it's moving around really quickly, then it's gonna have some difficulty. But if they're just standing around, then you're pretty much good. It should be fine. Another shielded enemy. So this is where I chuck this down, distract it, and this is what I was trying to do from the very beginning of this game, use a bomb to distract the enemy, but instead of the enemy getting distracted by the bomb, it gets distracted by me so that the bomb can take it out. But it's okay because I didn't die because I have the power of my wonderful bicycle helmet. We're gonna chuck out that bomb and hope for the best. I mean, that's more or less what I do with those bombs every single time I throw them, and it actually got surprisingly close. If I hadn't taken out that enemy there, then I think the bomb would have been quite successful in taking out that enemy. Whatever those enemies are supposed to be called. Octo something or others, knowing this game. I'm sure they have very unique names. I just can't remember them at this point in time. I see that and go, is that armor? It's not armor, it's power. It's a little power egg can, which means I'm even more inclined to want to go and pick it up because they're power eggs. Whoosh. Tries to stay in the ink and it gets flung out. This is probably one of the only points where you do actually have to ride the Octo Seeker over to your destination. As soon as you've done that, boom, move on. Oh, look what ends a plan. Well, I guess that's more or less what I intended to do. I wanted to get up there, so I got up there. I technically accomplished my goal. Easy escape. Not going to worry about that, but of course we've got to break some boxes while we're here, like extra power eggs, yeah? Now we run, otherwise rip us. Final checkpoint, and it's not too difficult, except... looks like there's an Octo Seeker guarding the Zapfish, but we can just go straight past it, so look at this. Selenium there that I'm going to completely ignore and fly away right to the Zapfish. Don't even ask me what the heck I was doing here. I chuck a bomb down and then it doesn't seek out the zapfish, so I just chuck it straight out and then just dive at it. Alright, I see the floating garden. Chasing Heartache is level 11. It's another Sheldon request as well. So I guess we'll see exactly what weapon we're going to be using. And we got our legendary Julies once again, and look at this, we're purple again. I swear anytime I'm using the Julies, I happen to be purple, which is awesome. But look at this, maybe for some really skilled players. That was insane. Could you have possibly predicted that would have happened? If I was going to use the Julies, I wanted to use them right, you know? Yeah, so I didn't even bother, like, forgetting about that. I kept that in, left that there just to show how random I can be when it comes to using the Julies. It's just fun to muck about with, so anytime you're mucking about with certain weapons, it's just difficult to tell when you should actually play properly, you know? It's campaign. And on these enemies that we're chasing after, I actually found it's very useful to use these seeking bombs on them, because of course the seeking bombs chase them down and those enemies, they run away from them. And because of that, you can kind of guide them towards you. You can lure them towards you through kind of cornering them off, kind of like playing Pac-Man where you and the bomb are the ghosts. And we'll kind of demonstrate that a little bit more as we start to find more of these little things. But for the time being, I'm just going to be chasing them down and chucking bombs aimlessly, hoping for the best, more or less. See, because the bomb was chasing it all the way around, that's why it walked towards me. So it kind of helps. Got him. Using got him to literally just me shooting a single Octarian. I think she was actually. She was making that comment about me killing a single enemy. Interesting. Used the checkpoint in an interesting part of the level. Don't be dumb about it, but judge! And we're going to have to use the power of this circular platform. This is probably one of the perfect places to use the bomb. You need to lead fast enemies with your shots to splat them. So you chuck a bomb that way. And they pretty much have to run this way because otherwise they'll get blown up. And there's the key. Baddies ahead, stay fresh. Oh, Marie making mention to the catchphrase in Splatoon 1, which is stay fresh. Rather than, I think the catchphrase is... What's it in Splatoon 2? I think it... What's it in Splatoon 2? I think it is... let me think. Don't get cooked, stay off the hook, I think it is. Pretty sure that's it. And they do make mention to it a couple times, actually. More times than you might think, actually. And I haven't played the rest of the campaign, so I wouldn't exactly know. And maybe they'll make mention to it later on, who knows. But Tentacook, watch out for its bombs. Yeah, they're called Tentacooks, those little things. We'll be chasing after a lot of them in a moment or two. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, you're trapped, except somehow that bomb still didn't manage to kill it. I was very determined to kill it with a bomb, and so I just kept chucking bombs until nothing happened. Kaploosh! And I shot the thing instead. It was more effective that way. On to the next section. Very small section, a little grind rail you can activate there. Surfer gets some free power eggs from the balloons. And boom, a strange pass of the level. With very thin platforms that we're about to mention in like 3 seconds. Pretty narrow walkways here, don't get sloppy. You have to be quite careful here because there are a few parts of the platforms that act as nets where you can easily fall through. You can actually see this little secret down there. Another one of those secrets I don't want to show off until later on, so we're going to be saving it for later just like everything else. More or less. There are a couple things that I've either accidentally collected or just so happened to pick up on my travels. That's the pro strat. Luring him towards me by chucking a bomb behind him. So where's he going to go now? Can't go anywhere. It's more or less everything that we can do in that section, so we take the key to the vault and continue on to the next section. Oh, the shielded enemies are back. They're kind of smart. They gather in like the corner and then they face outwards so that they make it really difficult for you to hit them. I tried to distract him and I think the shield actually blocked both the bomb and my regular bullet shots as well, which is kind of annoying. It's not shielded, so don't have to worry about chucking a bomb or anything. Final checkpoint. And another tentacook. And I keep chucking bombs in this really thin pathway, which is really annoying because it's the only pathway I can travel down. Look how many there are. Seriously, well, one of them has to have a key. And one of them does, but it's an incredible challenge to try and find out which one it is. And even more of an incredible challenge to kill each individual one to then find the key. So you probably saw that the bomb actually didn't do anything, and once again if you look here, it's going to attempt to follow them and it will get stuck on the wall, so they kinda aren't particularly smart. They just run towards the enemies and hope for the best. They blow up if they can. There is a cool special thing over here. Tenta missiles, which we can completely miss. These things are really inaccurate when it comes to the tentacles for some reason, and I don't know why. It's like they're really good at avoiding them. So here we go with the reverse Pac-Man game. This time we are the ones chasing them, and they're doing quite a good job of running away. Oh, the lowing is so frustrating at this point. You've got to like refresh it, otherwise there is no way that you're going to be able to catch them all. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Almost. Pretty sure I got super lucky. Yeah, I just so happened to kill the one that drops a key, and I just grab it and go, yep, done with that. I've got the key. Time to leave. The way that you can leave the level is actually not up here. There are a couple vaults actually. One of them has a secret in it, and the other one is, yeah, it's like, I think the box-shaped one is the one that has Selenium in it, and the cylindrical one is the one that will take us onto the final section with the Zapfish. There it is. We have made it. So, we are continuing our search for the next level. This is actually level 15, not level 12, so I guess we have 15 unlocked. If you turn around, kill that stupid little sprinkler. The sprinklers are so irritating. Grind rail there, jump onto the next one and go straight through the grate. Little fence. Boom, level 12. So this beautiful little level right here is called Octo Resort Spring Everybody Bounce, and once again, it is a Sheldon request level. So we're going to be forced to use a certain weapon for this level once more, and it's kind of exciting level. But does that mean we're given an exciting item? Absolutely not. We get given the normal hero shot, which sucks. It's so boring. Every single time I get a hero request for a level, I get really annoyed and disappointed anytime I get given the hero shot because I'm expecting to get something decent. Anyway, we can get the sickest air if we hold down the B button while we are jumping. And you don't need to time it, you don't have to press B when you land on it. Use the bounce pad to bounce up there and barbecue those baddies as we would normally. It's a shielded one, so I can't bother to kill it. Or can I, actually? Oh, is that the point? Oh man, I actually managed to chuck a bomb to distract it and then kill it from behind the shield. That was like so clutch. I swear that was so luck-based. But yeah, like I was saying before, you don't need to press B as soon as you hit the trampoline thing. You literally just hold down B, and the second you make contact with the bouncy thing, then you'll get it. I must find one of these bounce pads for some research. These moving walls continue bouncing to your doom if you're not careful, and yes, they really can. They're a lot more dangerous than they look, trust me. Managed to get the armor. The armor is not going to help us when it comes to water, so unless we had some kind of diving suit or swimsuit or something, I would not want to assume that we'd be safe there. We were so close to falling in there as well. Super close to getting launched into the water. Well played, if I do say so myself, and if Mary does say so herself. Remember to press and hold B to bounce high. Yep, of course we're going to be pressing and holding B to bounce high, otherwise we can't advance any further in the level. And these things are rather terrifying. They will move back and forth if they can't see you, but if they do see you, then insert B line here, and then they become super scary and they're moving towards you really quickly. I'm pretty sure that they can one-shot you if you're in... I just got my hero suit shattered mode. I think anything can one-shot you in that kind of mode, I guess. They just do a lot of damage. And that covered the entire pathway as well, I think, apart from a little bit of the outside. Now, prepare for me to have my morals completely destroyed. I found Selenium right there, but, like, it's a shiny thing that's right in front of me there. And yeah, I was dedicated to that as well. I needed to get that can of power eggs as well. See, and since I was already here, I was like, no, I'm gonna get it. So the Selenium for this level is right in front of me here. It's in a fairly obvious spot. All you need to do is just climb onto the top of that wooden wall, and then you're pretty much there. Oh, this time the enemies are using the trampolines. They're not getting any advantages though. Absolutely not. They're not taking advantage of the bouncy pads. Those are for us to abuse. Oh, never mind. You're taking damage. Oh, rip. Ripperoni Shielderino. Alright. I think we just take the jump pad immediately just to escape from that. Done with that now. Look at that. We can freefall all the way to the bottom of that. Or we could actually attempt to collect some of these things. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I completely failed that and missed the power egg can thing. So that was kind of sad. Oh my gosh, look up in the top left. I did not realize that that came up when I was recording. I only noticed that after I had finished recording this that Luigi came online as well. That was so strange. What if there's a way to disable those? Okay, anyway, we're at the final checkpoint. The big, scary wall, and we did have a bit of an unfortunate circumstance. Spoiler alert. It's always very important to say the spoiler and then give the spoiler alert when it comes to things like this. Hey, I would never actually spoil some major thing and then say spoiler alert. I would just be like, dog, rude, upsetting, aggravating. See, I fell off the edge there. I was like so sure I was going to fall off the edge. I was not paying attention to where I was and that wall was pushing me off like bit by bit. I have to be very careful when trying to get those power eggs. Because it's very easy to get pushed off the wall by the little pointy thing at the top. It just slides you straight into the water and it's like, no, I don't want to go that way. Yeah, the Octo snipers are terrible at aiming, as you can clearly see. I mean, the majority of the damage, I swear, comes from them inking the ground beneath you. So if they can't ink the ground beneath you, then you're pretty much set. And guess what? Sapfish is right there. We're done. Alrighty, so now that we have finished that level, Octo Resort Spring, everybody bounce, we are going to be moving on to the next few levels. I believe 13, 14, and 15. We've already got 15 unlocked, but 14 and the boss are currently still locked. So we need to go and find 14, and then we'll go 13, 14, 15, and if we have enough time, we will hopefully be able to move on to the boss. So that'll be for next time. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Splatoon 2. Are you having fun watching this? I know I'm having a whole lot of fun playing this. It's great fun playing Splatoon 2. Right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.